Good afternoon, children. So today we will continue the class of the chapter, the tenses of English language. So yesterday we had done the present tenses, all kinds of present tenses. So today we will start with a short recap of what we did yesterday. So I told you that tenses refers to time. Tense refers to time. Time is divided into 3 periods. What are the 3 periods? What are the 3 periods into which time is divided? Yes, ma'am. Who will answer? Who will answer? Yes, Alankrita answer.
Ma'am, present, past, and ma'am, present, past, and future.
Present tense, past tense, and
Present,
the
past,
future
future tense.
tense. Okay. Now, in each period, we have 4 kinds of tenses. We all know what the 4 kinds of tenses are. What are the 4 kinds of tenses?
Kinjal reply.
Kinjal?
Ma'am, simple tense, continuous tense, perfect tense, and perfect continuous tense.
Yes, simple tense, continuous tense, perfect tense, and the perfect continuous tense.
Perfect continuous tense.
Now we'll move on to the simple present tense. Now who will tell me the structure of the positive simple present tense?
Ishani Shrivastava 8B.
Ishani, tell me. Ishani,
Subject.
tell me.
Ma'am, subject plus the verb, first form of the verb, and the rest of the predicate.
Yes. Subject plus first form of the verb plus the predicate. Now what is the negative form of the simple present tense? What is the structure? Who will tell?
Ritik Kesarwani.
Subject
Yes.
plus does and does not, do not, plus rest of the predicate, plus first of the verb, plus predicate.
Yes, subject plus does not or do not plus first form of the verb plus predicate. Now the interrogative form, who will tell me?
Prateek Singh.
Does or do plus subject plus the first form of the verb and plus the rest of the predicate.
Yes. Does or do plus subject plus first form of the verb plus the predicate. Now come to the usage of the simple present tense. The simple present tense, as I told you, is used for habitual actions or repeated actions, for universal truths, and for programs and timetables. Now the present continuous tense, the positive form. Who will tell me?
Avantika Jaiswal 8B.
Yes, Avantika.
Subject plus be plus present participle of the main verb plus predicate.
Yes. So I told you present participle means verb plus ing. So subject plus be plus verb in the present tense plus ing plus predicate. Now the negative form. Who will answer?
Prateek Singh 8C.
Subject plus be not plus verb plus ing plus predicate.
Yes. So subject plus be, that is the be verb, plus not plus verb plus ing plus predicate. Now the interrogative form. Sorry, I gave out the answer. So be will come first plus subject plus verb plus ing plus predicate is the interrogative form. Now usage of present continuous tense. Present continuous tense is used when something is happening at the time of speaking or for temporary situations that are occurring only in the present time. The present perfect
Janvi.
tense, the positive form. Please tell me the positive form of the
Janvi.
present perfect tense. Janvi, tell me. Yes,
Not
Janvi.
unmuting also.
Yes, Janvi.
Okay, Ankul Baranwal
Ankur,
8th.
give the answer.
Ma'am, subject plus has or have plus past participle plus predicate.
Yes. Subject plus has or have plus past participle of the verb plus predicate. Now the negative form. What will be the negative form of this?
Geshna.
Geshna, answer.
Subject plus has have not plus past participle of the verb plus rest of the predicate.
Yes, only not will be added to it in a negative sentence. Now
Yes,
the
ma'am.
interrogative form.
Tulika Yadav.
Yes, Tulika.
Ma'am, has have plus subject plus past participle of the verb plus the predicate.
Very good. Has or have plus subject plus past participle of the verb plus the predicate is the interrogative form of the present perfect tense. Now the present perfect continuous tense, where is it used? First tell me the positive form of the present perfect continuous tense.
Arna. Verma. 8C.
Arna. Yes, Arna.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, subject has have plus been plus the present participle and the rest of the predicate.
Yes. So subject plus have, has or have plus been is important in the present perfect continuous tense. Been is very important, plus verb plus ing plus predicate. Now the negative form, who will tell me?
Adiba Jas. Sorry, Abbas. 8B.
Adiba.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, subject plus has or have not plus been plus the present participle of the verb and rest of the predicate.
Yes, present participle again is verb in the first form and ing. So subject plus has have, not plus been plus verb plus ing plus predicate. Now the interrogative form of the present perfect continuous tense. Yes.
Anushka Jaiswal. 8C.
Ma'am, has have plus subject plus been plus plus ing plus rest of
Yes, your audio is not very clear, but then has or have plus subject plus been plus verb plus ing means present participle form of the verb plus predicate. So that is the form of the present perfect continuous tense. So now moving on to the simple past tense, all of us know that past tense refers to something, some action which has already happened in the past. The action has already taken place in the past. So positive form of the simple past tense, please follow in your book, page number 53. The positive form of the simple past tense. Subject plus simple past form of the verb, that is the second form of the verb, plus rest of the predicate. So simply we have the subject, we have the past tense form of the verb, plus the rest of the predicate in the positive form of the simple past tense. Like, we went to Delhi last year. We went to Delhi last year. We is the subject, went is the verb in the past form, and then Delhi last year is the predicate. Now negative form of the simple past tense is subject plus did not plus, this is very important, underline, infinitive form of the verb. You have already done infinitives. In auxiliary verbs you have done infinitives. So plus the infinitive form of the verb and then the rest of the predicate. So in the negative form of the verb, what is very important is, first of all, you will use did not. And I have been telling you throughout last year, those who were in my class, that they will remember that I keep telling you that with did, we never use the past tense of the verb with did. We use the infinitive form of the verb with did. Wherever you see did, you will not use the past tense of the verb. This I have repeatedly told class 7 last year. So subject plus did not plus infinitive form of the verb plus the rest of the predicate. Like in the example I gave you before, we went to Delhi last year. So this was in the simple past tense positive sentence. Now negative, when we say, we will say we did not go to Delhi last year. So then we will not say we did not went to Delhi last year. Absolutely wrong. We did not go to Delhi last year. So that is why I keep telling you that with the word did, you never use the past tense form of the verb. We use the infinitive form of the verb. We did not go to Delhi last year. Now the interrogative form of the simple past tense will begin the question. We'll begin the question with did, then subject, then infinitive form of the verb, and then the rest of the predicate. So what will the question be? Did we go to Delhi last year? So did, then we is the subject, go to is the infinitive form of the verb, and then the rest of the predicate. So the positive form of the simple past tense will be we went to Delhi last year, we did not go to Delhi last year, and did we go to Delhi last year? Interrogative form. So let us see where is simple past tense used. Simple past tense is used when an action took place and was completed at a particular time in the past. Please underline was completed at a particular time in the past. Simple past tense is used when the task has already been completed. It is over. In the past, it has the task or action that was taking place has got over. We all know that. The Sinhas went to Delhi last winter. So the Sinhas went to Delhi last winter. The action is already over. The Malhotras left for Cape Town yesterday. So they have already left for Cape Town. So we use the Malhotras as the subject. Left is the past tense form of the verb leave. And then we use the rest of the predicate. This is a sentence in the simple past tense. Another important point which I just told you. The second point, we use did or did not or didn't plus the infinitive of the in the negative sentences, and we do not use the simple past form of the verb with did. With did not, and didn't. We do not use the simple past tense form of the verb. We always use an infinitive. I have been repeating, and please write down that the second point is very important. Remember, with the word did, we will not use the past tense form of the verb. We will use the infinitive. For example, didn't they say they would come by 7:30 p.m.? So please see that with did not, that is didn't, they are using say. They are not using didn't they said. Didn't they said is wrong. Didn't they say. So when we have did or did not, we will use the verb in the first form and not in the past form of the verb. Fiona didn't answer the door, I did. Again, since there was a did not in the sentence, they have used answer and not answered. Fiona didn't answer the door is wrong English. Fiona didn't answer the door. Okay. Now, with this, we come to the end of the simple past tense. Is very easy because we know that an action which has been completed in the past is expressed in the simple past tense. So we will move on to the past continuous tense. The positive form of the past continuous tense, please pay attention to page number 54, the past continuous tense. So the positive form is subject plus was or were. Was or were are the past tense form of the verb be. The past tense forms of the verb be are was and were. So subject plus was and were. If we are talking about a singular subject, then we will use was. And if we are talking about a plural subject, we will use were. Plus the present participle of the main verb. Again, what does it mean? Please write on top of this verb plus ing. The present participle of the main verb means verb in the simple present tense plus ing plus the rest of the predicate. So the positive form of the past continuous tense is subject plus was or were plus verb plus ing plus the rest of the predicate. Similarly, the negative form will only have the word not added to it, like subject plus was or were plus not plus verb plus ing plus the rest of the predicate. So in the negative form, we will add only the word not. Subject plus was or were plus not plus the present participle of the main verb, which is verb plus ing plus the rest of the predicate. Now the interrogative form, how will you ask a question in the past continuous tense? So we will begin with the verbs was, helping verbs was or were. We will begin the question with the helping verbs was or were, then subject, then verb plus ing, then the rest of the predicate. Now I will take an example in all the three forms. The positive form, first look at the positive form. The girls were talking in the class. So the girls is the subject, were, so the subject plus were, because girls is plural. So the helping verb will be were, plus talking, talk is the present participle form of the main verb plus ing. So the girls were talking in the class is the rest of the predicate. If I have to say express the same sentence in the negative form, I will say the girls were not talking in the class. The girls were, simply put a not, the girls were not talking in the class. And in the interrogative form, I will say were the girls talking in the class. So I begin with were, then subject the girls, were the girls talking in the class, question mark. Now where is past continuous tense used? Please pay attention again in your books. We use the past continuous tense to talk about an action, underline, to talk about an action that was in progress at a particular time in the past. That means this action was continuing. It was not over in the past, it was continuing in the past. So in the case of the present continuous tense, an action which is continuing at the time of speaking, that is expressed in the present continuous tense. So in case of past continuous tense, an action which was continuing, which was not yet completed in the past, is expressed in the past continuous tense. Understood? An action which was going on, continuing at any time in the past is referred or is expressed in the past continuous tense. Example, Tanya was completing her homework last evening. So Tanya is the subject, was completing is was verb, auxiliary verb plus present participle of the verb complete. Then her homework last evening is the predicate. So in this sentence, you will see that Tanya was still completing her homework last evening when the speaker saw. When the speaker had last seen Tanya, she was completing her homework. She had not yet finished her homework. That is why it is expressed in the past continuous tense. We were chatting about the show we had watched on Netflix. So we were chatting about the show. So we were chatting, we had not finished chatting at a particular time in the past. We were talking about the show. We were still talking about the show at that time in the past. So it is expressed in the past continuous tense. So this is the only thing which you have to, which I asked you to underline. Where is past continuous tense used? When an action was happening, was continuing, was going on at any time in the past. It was not yet over. Now, comparison between the simple past and past continuous, there is no such comparison. You see, the simple past tense talks about an action that happened in the past, that was over in the past. And the past continuous tense is used to talk about an action that took place in the past and was going on in the past or was interrupted by another action. Please come to page number 54, last stanza. We use the simple past tense to talk about an action that happened in the past. We know that we use the past continuous tense to talk about an action that took place in the past and was interrupted by another action. This is important. Please underline. If some action was taking place in the past and it was interrupted by another action in the past, then we use the simple the past continuous tense for the first action, and the action which interrupted the first action, for that we use the simple past tense. Now we will read the example together and see. We finished lunch at 1:30 p.m. So this is in the simple past tense, that the action of having lunch was over at 1:30 p.m. No problem. This is an example of the simple past tense. Now look at the past continuous tense sentence. We were finishing lunch when she came in. We were finishing lunch. That means an action in the past continuous tense was going on. We had not finished lunch. We were still finishing lunch when she came in. So the first verb is in the past continuous tense and the action which interrupted the first action is in the simple past tense. Look at the word came. So the first action of finishing the lunch was interrupted by another action of someone coming in. So the first action is in the past continuous and the second action which interrupted the first action is in the simple past tense. And another point, come to page number 55, which you should remember is that we use when, as, while, underline to connect the past continuous tense and the simple past tense in a sentence. Now you see that the first action in the second example, we were finishing lunch when she came in. The first action was in the past continuous and the second action was in the simple past, and they are joined together, they are connected together by using when. So you can use as and while also to connect these two sentences. To these two actions you can connect using when, while and as also. Now come to the past perfect tense on page number 56, because the box which is given, it is just a recap of what we have just done. You can read it. The past perfect tense. Now the positive form of the past perfect tense is similar to the present perfect tense. In the present perfect tense, you used has or have. In the past perfect tense, we will use had. Look at the positive form. Subject plus had plus past participle form of the verb or the third form of the verb plus the rest of the predicate. So see, the positive form of the past perfect tense, again, subject plus had plus past participle form or the third form of the verb plus the rest of the predicate. Now negative form, what will change? Only the word not will be added. Subject plus had not plus past participle of the verb plus the rest of the predicate. Interrogative sentence. Now we will ask the question using the helping verb had. Had plus subject plus past participle form of the verb plus the rest of the predicate. So these forms are simple now that you have done the present tenses, all the present tenses. Now in past perfect tense, you know that in place of has or have, you have to use had. That is the only difference. Now, where do we use the past perfect tense? Please follow on page number 56. We use the past perfect tense to talk about underline, an action that was completed before a given moment in the past. An action that was completed before a given moment. Before a given moment means before a given time in the past. An action had been completed before a certain given time in the past. Come to the example. The guest turned up after we had cut the cake. So had cut the cake. So the action of cutting the cake was over before the guest came. So that is what is meant by an action that was completed before a given moment in the past. So I had already cut the cake. The cake had already been cut before the guests turned up. Tara and Zia came home after everyone had gone to bed. So after everyone had gone to bed, that action had been completed before Tara and Zia came. So this action has also taken place before a given moment in the past. So there we use the past perfect tense. We use the past perfect tense with words like, underline again. We also use the past perfect tense with words like suppose, want, hope, expect, think. Okay, with all these words, we use the past perfect tense. Example, we had gone there hoping he would turn up. So hoping that the person would turn up, we had gone there. So had gone is used with, the past perfect tense is used with the word hope. I had thought of going to Nainital, but then I decided against it. That means I had thought of going. Thought means you had pre-decided, you had decided in your mind. So with the word think is given there. So think past tense is thought. So I had thought of going to Nainital, but then I decided against it. So with the word think, suppose, want, hope, expect, we use the past perfect tense. So now we will come to the past perfect continuous tense. So the positive form, just like the present perfect continuous tense, you will have both the perfect and the continuous form of the past tense. Like first the positive form, follow in your books, page number 57, subject plus had been. Like in the present perfect continuous tense, we have the word been. Here also the word been is very important. Subject plus had been plus present participle of the verb plus ing, because it is a continuous tense, perfect continuous. So we will have had for perfect, had been for the perfect, and verb plus ing for the continuous form. Then the rest of the predicate. Negative form also, we will have subject plus had not plus present participle of the verb plus ing, means verb plus ing plus the rest of the predicate. Only had not will change. The word in place of had been, we will write had not. Okay. So now there is no interrogative form. You cannot ask a question using had been. So there is no interrogative form of the past perfect continuous tense. So where is past perfect continuous tense used? Let us see. We use the past perfect continuous tense to talk about an action that was happening in the past. Underline. An action that was happening in the past before another action or before a specific point of time in the past. That means there was a time in the past, a specific time is given before which that action was happening. Now here we are referring to a specific point, means specific point of time in the past before which this action was happening. Like Uma had been learning Bharatnatyam, for 8 years. This is the specific point of time in the past is given. In the past perfect continuous tense, you will be given this specific point of time in the past, and you will also have this when. This conjunction when will also be there in these sentences. Uma had been learning Bharatnatyam for 8 years. Underline that. That is the specific point of time that is mentioned when she gave her first public recital. Public recital means public performance. Okay. She had learned Bharatnatyam for 8 years. After that only she gave her first public performance. So an action had taken place already in the past. What was that action? The action of learning Bharatnatyam. She had been learning Bharatnatyam for 8 years, after which she gave the first public performance. Okay, this is what an action had taken place before a specific point of time in the past. She had already been learning, had been learning. See, I'm always saying had been learning. She had been learning Bharatnatyam for 8 years before she gave her first public performance. So Parna had been skating for an hour. So what is the specific point of time given here? For an hour. Underline for an hour. This is the specific point of time in the past which had been given. So wherever you find for and a duration of time, that means you have to write the past perfect continuous tense, where you find the conjunction, the preposition for and hour, for 8 years, for so many months. So that means you have to use the past perfect continuous tense. So Parna had been skating for an hour when, again see, when her sister came by to call her home. So an action was had already been performed. She had already been skating for 1 hour. That is the specific point of time in the past before another action happens. Now, second point, we usually use when. I just told you, please underline, we usually use when to introduce the second part of the action. And what is the second part of the action in these two examples? The second part of the sentence in the first example is when she gave her first public recital. So that is introduced by when. And in the second example, when her sister came by to call her home is the second action which is introduced by when. Okay, the second action will be introduced by when.